How's everybody doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm well.
Do you look at the change that has been made and the new offensive coordinator, and now in retrospect say something needed to change and this was the right move to make?
I don't get to choose the decisions, nor do I get to choose whether the decision is good, bad, or indifferent. My job is to listen and from there go do my job.
Caleb, Matt was telling us about players voicing like frustrations about the offense. What was the most frustrating part of the past 3 weeks for you specifically?
Yeah, it's tough not scoring as much as you feel you should, or moving the ball as well as you should. I think that's where the frustration has come from. Us having such a great defense and special teams and just overall just players. And then even on the offense side, just having such special guys over there on this side of the ball, and not being able to take the ball down the field and go score.
How frustrated are you with your own level of play the last 2 weeks?
Yeah, it's frustrating. Obviously, there's passes that you miss and gonna miss throughout the career. That you'll want back or that you want to make, and that's why you work hard at it in practice and throughout the weeks. Um, and then obviously just some passes. I think I've done well protecting the football, not turning it over. But I think getting on a better page with the guys throughout the week of practice, talking about routes, even if we don't get the maybe the look that we're going to talk about, discuss sideline or after practice or anything like that. At least hearing it. So when it happens in game, able to rip it and throw it.
So much of this roster was put together to give you stability in your first year.
Yep.
This happened last week is the opposite of stability. How do you handle change, acknowledging that change is probably not what's best for a rookie quarterback?
Yeah. I obviously saw what happened, and it's tough just because you work all, I guess, forgetting how many months it's been, but you work for how many ever months, and kind of knew Shane before being drafted here because of the process and stuff, and then trying to building that relationship, and then the guy that you've been trying to get on the same page with isn't here anymore. And so now you have to kind of adjust, and you have to adjust fast because we're in division now, divisional play, playing the Packers this week. Obviously, a big game for not only just us, but it's Packers versus Green Bay Packers versus Chicago Bears, and so it's an important game for us. Not only because it's divisional, but obviously it's the Packers, and we have to handle it like that, and we have to handle the situation I'm in.
Caleb, as a quarterback and one of the team captains, did you feel that your input was valued? You didn't make the decision, but was your input valued on problems with the offense and potential solutions?
I would say the frustration I think was seen, but input and things like that, I don't think that goes much into me having control over something like that, like something that just happened, and that situation. I think the frustrations were shown and seen, but input and things like that, there's not much input that I think I put in. Being the young guy, being the rook, and going out there trying to make plays for the guys and win for the Bears, that could affect much of anything of their decisions.
By input, I mean kind of what you're saying, of voicing specifics of what you see are the issues in the offense.
Yeah.
Not necessarily you saying, well, this guy should be doing it or this guy should be doing it.
Yeah. I think there were times definitely where we were obviously rolling those couple of weeks, and we were doing well, and then with communication, I think these past couple of weeks, I think we did well with communication also, and so I think the ball just rolled the wrong way, and things happen like that, and it's tough.
You
Taylor,
mentioned a
what's
couple
your
times
relationship?
getting on a better page with the guys, which I assume it means players when you're talking about
Yep.
more practice and things
Yep.
like that. Do you feel like you have full support of those guys? Is there kind of a tug of war that goes on with you and maybe the veteran receivers in terms of exactly how you want things to be done on the field?
No, I think those guys are good, easy. We talk about it. I think I got full support from them. I've gotten texts or calls or people coming up to me. With this situation that just happened, coming up to me and saying, "We got your back. We're with you." Things like that. And let's go. That kind of mindset and attitude has been what it's been this past couple days, and that's kind of what it's only been.
Caleb,
Caleb,
seems
what
like
excites
over
you-
the
what
past
excites
3
you-
weeks
What
that
excites you
you
most about working with Thomas, and how do you expect it to be different?
It's the last.
What excites you most about working with Thomas, and how do you expect it to be different with him in charge?
Yeah, I think we'll do a good job of marrying everything up together, making everything look the same, and then from there, you'll get a few easier passes, few extra layups. I think it'll help us in the run game. I think it'll help us in the pass game. Being able to do that, and then I think from there, provides a little bit more explosiveness for us as an offense, and being able to help out the complementary football thing that we really want to attack.
Caleb,
Caleb, I
over
know
the
that-
last 3 weeks, it seems like you've been holding the football a little bit longer, processing a little bit slower than you did to start the season. Has there been something that has changed in what you're seeing out there? Have they been throwing different things at you that have made it a little bit harder to diagnose what the defenses are doing?
No, I think I've done pretty solid at getting the ball in my hands, like you said. I think these past couple of weeks, I've probably been holding a little bit longer than I've want to or expected. I definitely think I can do a better job with that, just being a little bit more keyed in on make sure I handle the details, and then obviously just understanding situational game. I think this past game I didn't do as good of a job as I wanted to with the situational game, and held the ball a few times too long, and that stat goes on the offensive lineman and things like that as if they weren't on the job. But I took a few sacks on me that I shouldn't have. So I think getting the ball out of my hands, being decisive is really important, and it needs to start now.
Caleb, what has your relationship been like with Thomas so far, and what's kind of your impression of just how he operates?
Yeah, he seems like he's we haven't really talked much throughout this time, just because we haven't been in the position to be having so many conversations. But so far I think he's pretty detailed. I think he, like Coach has talked about, tough. I think it's going to help us as a football team. And things like that moving forward, and we're excited. Awesome. The Bears.
DJ, what's been your reaction to a seasoned veteran like you to all of what's transpired?
I mean, it's the business. We wasn't putting out the results that we needed to, and that being said, they let go of Shane. That was shocking. I don't think anybody really asked for him to be gone. We expressed our frustration, but never to have somebody's livelihood taken away. And I mean, it's hard, but on to Thomas, and we got to back Thomas.
DJ, you've been
need a change, DJ.
I don't know. We might have been more detailed in some positions. Our receiver group and others, but we just got to focus on ourselves and get it right.
DJ, you've been through this before with a coordinator change mid-season. How does having a fresh voice in front of the group, the entire offense, help maybe get buy-in that might not have been there during the frustrating times?
Thomas come in every day with a lot of energy. If he's covering us, giving us a look, but now he's up in the front of the room. It's a lot of new energy. He's excited to be out there. He's demanding, so we gotta go out there and do the best we can.
Beyond the results, when you said you expressed your frustration, what were you guys most frustrated about with the way the offense was being
Just everything in general. You know, we didn't score in like 3 games. It was like, okay, now we really seeing that like even if we try harder, it's like it still wasn't good enough. So, I mean, that's where the frustration come in at.
You mentioned, a few times when you've spoken to us, like needing to be more detailed in practice. You just mentioned, maybe the wide receivers as well. Is that everybody? Is that the quarterback? Who specifically are we getting at?
I think everybody. Everybody just gotta look inward and just do a deep dive and really just learn the game plan for the week and just go from there. So there's no excuses at the end.
Sorry. Does Caleb have full support in the locker room from the offense, even though, he has had his own struggles as well?
Yeah, you gotta have support from him no matter what. He's going out there busting his butt, trying to learn everything at once, and the defense is throwing a lot at him. So you can't really be mad at him. Just gotta still back him. Uh, Whatever he's doing, he's gonna get better at, and we with him.
DJ, from a player perspective, what does it take for you guys to be ready after a change on Tuesday and then be ready for this game on Sunday already?
To just be super pros. Gotta go out there and execute what's on the game plan, and that's what we gotta do.
You guys have been vocal all year with the coaching staff, veteran leaders meet with them and give feedback. It sounds like you were surprised that they took that feedback, that it resulted in a firing. Is that accurate?
I mean, at the end of the day, the top is gonna do what they do. Like that's out of our pay grade. We just go out there and get to play this game, and whatever happens up there with them making the decisions is what we gotta live by and just go with it.
Lou said he wants the offense to be more creative now with Thomas.
Mhm.
What do you think is going to be added?
You gotta see on Sunday. You can got some stuff in, but you just gotta see on Sunday.
DJ, Matt, his principle is like so dialed into intensity, hustle, being smart, situation, all that stuff, right? Is it surprising to you that like you guys maybe weren't as dialed in on the details as maybe you should have been?
No, because in practice, you go through practice and everything looks good, and then you get out there on Sunday. The other team gets paid to do a heck of a job too, and they come out with new looks, and we just didn't have answers for them back then.
DJ, Thomas talked about going into every practice with the right attitude and the right effort. Do you feel like you guys have had that level of attitude and effort that he's expecting all season?
We could probably turn it up a notch, so we'll see what happens today, and us fourth, and go about it that way.
Matt Eberflus said on Monday one of the primary things he was looking to change was the in-game communication. What do you think was lacking? And you're speaking from a coordinator, a play caller perspective. What do you think was lacking with the in-game communication from play caller to players?
I want to say probably like when we want to call, or it's probably like a drive too late, or like we wanted to make adjustments and we just wait till halftime to make it, and then we don't get the same look. So I can see what he mean by that right there.
DJ, you said that you support Caleb. You said we have to support Caleb, kind of good, bad, or indifferent. How do you balance the frustration of maybe things not connecting, knowing that he is still going to keep playing because he's the #1 overall pick and he needs to get reps?
Yeah, me and Caleb was talking yesterday. I mean, he's in a good space and I'm in a good space. So all the connections around the offense is going to get better with time, and the time is now. So I think he knows that. I think everybody else in the room knows that, and it's going to work.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.